Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and welcome to my backyard. It's a dreary day. It's raining out, so I'm under the patio. Now, I know it sounds a little bit echoey when I'm under here, but that's because of these walls. All of you who say that there's this conspiracy theory that I'm actually standing out in front of, a green screen or something, well, no. Nothing that fantastical. It's just this wall behind me. I haven't wanted to put the sound deadening stuff out here because, I'm sure that a whole bunch of bugs would make their nests in it. We have a lot of bugs out here living on the lake. But it's great living out here on the lake at the same time. All kinds of wildlife. Maybe we'll get lucky and someone will fly by, or my alligator will show up. I talked to the neighbors whenever I first moved in here, and I asked them if there's any gators in the lake, and they said, well, they thought maybe there was one, but they've only seen him 2 or 3 times in the last 2 or 3 years. And so you probably never see him. Well, you know what? I see him about every 3 days. Now, that's because my office is right upstairs here, and my home office, and I look out over the lake. And so I get, this incredible view, and I see him all the time. In fact, I don't know if you can see this little grassy area out here. Let's see if I can point to that right over there. That grassy area over there, he hangs out over there and hopes that some bite-sized birds are going to land in the grassy area right there while he's submerged in the water right there. I have not seen him catch anything yet, but I have trained the camera on him from my window many times and recorded for an hour, hour and a half, like that, just to see if he was going to catch something. Because if he did, I think he'd make great video. And I'm sure it would scare the shit out of all the neighbors. They'd be like, oh my God, he's dangerous. No, duh, he's an alligator. So I have not seen him come up on the grass at all, up on land. And in fact, the time that I did walk out toward him, he bolted when I got within like 150 feet of him. So he doesn't want to be around humans at all. He's just living here, just like us. So I got this great question, and it's kind of long, but it's from Oken, I believe is how his name is pronounced, Oken, O-W-K-E-N. And so he says, since you are constantly developing creative content and trying to translate it into monetary values, by the way, this would be an entrepreneurial video. Trying to translate it into monetary values, I was wondering what kind of metrics you use to measure the success of your videos. And then B, the success of certain elements of your videos. Content would be one, but far more interesting would be the placement of stylistic devices. I don't know what a stylistic device is. I am sorry. C, the quality of the video in itself, and it would also be interesting to know which kind of statistics, apart from the obvious like, dislike, favors, or favorites, that YouTube actually provides me, if there are some. He wants to know how I handle this data, and is wondering if I got any insight on kind of metrics that YouTube creates and what I do. So let's answer these in order. I don't usually like to talk about my my channel operations on this channel, and the reason for that is because it doesn't always go over well. I always get low views, and really the channel should be more about the experience than people knowing the nuts and bolts behind it. If people want to know the nuts and bolts behind it, they can go to my vlog where I talk about certain stats sometimes. My vlog is Limo Monster is the channel name. L-I-M-O-M-O-N-S-T-E-R. That's back from when I was doing limousines. I just, kept that one because I had a bunch of subscribers, so I figured, okay, well, I'll do my vlog here next. But so, okay, let's see here. Let's see. Okay, the success of your videos. How do I measure the success of my videos? You know, I actually measure it not based off dollars or anything, because, you know, all of my videos do create a couple of bucks in advertising revenue, but I really watch success in a couple of ways. One is how many comments there are. And that's more important than views, because if it's engaging and people are commenting and, you know, reading the comments, writing replies and everything, then that to me equals quality. And over the number of views, that's a better stat. Also, I watch how many people favorite videos, and I can see that. But then, of course, the views. And the views are you know, a good indication of how well people like it, although sometimes it's just a good indication of how good the marketing is on that video. Case in point, if you go look at my main channel and you go to the videos section, I think it says browse videos, and then you change that to be, you know, showing the most popular video, you'll see that my most popular video has about 3.7 or 3.8 million views. And it's a limousine video. In fact, that video is what got me my YouTube partnership. YouTube took notice of it doing so well and offered me a partnership way back when. That was in 2000, late 2007 or early 2008. It was a long time ago. And so it's not a very good video, though. I mean, honestly, it's the thumbnail is really good. It shows a limousine stuck on Embarcadero Street and in San Francisco, and the video is about me driving down that street in a limousine that was 35 foot long, or 37.5 feet long. And you know, I just whipped out my camera because when I realized what street I was on, and I was on the street where they do all those car chase scenes through San Francisco, and you know, they go airborne after each intersection. You know, I thought, holy shit, this is not a good place for me to be with my limousine. And so I filmed a little something about it. And you know, and then another section of the video, I get mobbed by a whole bunch of people at the car when we stopped at the Golden Gate Bridge. You know, everybody and their mother was coming up and taking pictures of the car. But the content wasn't very good. But that really attracts a lot of people for some reason. And so it has a lot of negative votes, you know, thumbs down. But, you know, I haven't deleted it or anything because, you know, people are still drawn to it, and it helps them find my channel. So, let's see here, you know, so, you know, what is the success on the channel? You know, the success is how many minutes are watched of my videos. And so, you know, I know that I'm creating good content if people are watching a lot of minutes of my videos. Would you believe that I looked at my stats this morning, and just in the last 30 days, there's been 1.2 million minutes watched of my videos. And you know, that's a staggering number. That's pretty incredible. You know, I had never thought of measuring something that way, but YouTube added that stat, and they believe that it is a better measure than how many views or anything, because I could get a view, you could stop and look at my limousine video and say, oh, this is bunk, and go away. And you were there for 10 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever, and, you know, so then you take off because it just wasn't very good. But another video that maybe, you know, doesn't get as many views as that has, you know, a whole bunch of you know, that people watch it all the way through, is going to have a really high number on the number of minutes watched, especially with my channel. You know, most people, the common stuff says to only do 3 to 7 minute videos. And my videos tend to be a lot longer. And it's true that that probably anywhere from 10 to about 40% of the people make it all the way through to the end of the videos. I lose all the rest along the way. And you know, if this is an interesting subject to you, you're probably still here and engaged. If it's not an interesting subject, well, you're not going to hear this comment at all because you've already taken off. So number of minutes watched is basically the biggest thing. And so then he wants to know about the quality of the video itself. How does that matter? Well, you know what? I get just as many views on my handheld camera that I hold out like this and film myself as I do on this camera right here, which is as expensive as a car. And now there's a lot of stuff that I do with this that I can't do with my other handheld, which is some of my content, and especially when I'm shooting interviews with people and stuff, I want that to be the highest quality possible. This is so much higher quality. I cannot come out here with my handheld and film because of the wind. Like, you're not hearing any wind noise right now. You're probably hearing, though, some road noise. So, you want to hear something? Now that we've got these birds out here, these little guys, let me see if I can zoom in on them here. These little guys, they're going to come into shore, and they are, these guys are ducklings. They're small, and so now these other white birds, they see them coming into shore, and typically what they do is these guys come in near the shore and scare all the fish to the shore and right into the mouths of the other birds. And so if they, I'm probably talking too loud and they don't want to come up right this direction, but they will, they'll all congregate together and work together even though they are different kinds of birds. So these are some little water birds. I'm not sure exactly what they are, but these are the babies, and you saw a couple of them go under the water there. They actually will go under the water. See, they pop back up. They go under the water and they'll grab stuff from down below. Sometimes I'll see them come up with fish and everything, and you know, they're just interesting to watch. So, and they live right outside my back. They're my neighbors. Okay, so now let's get back to this. Sorry for the distraction. Okay, so the quality of the video. And I do know that more people subscribe when I do higher quality, when I do a nice intro, I do a nice exit, and I do a lot of times get comments on, oh my god, I can't believe the quality of the video. I shoot everything in 1080p if I can. And then with this really high-end camera, this camera will do 50 megabit on the video stream, which the handheld camera I think does 12 or 13. And that's just how much data it's collecting, you know, so it's you know, 4 times more data that it collects on this big camera than on my little handheld. And so there's a lot more that can be captured in here, and you know, being able to do things like zoom in like I just did on the birds and everything. And this, if it wasn't raining, I would actually go out and I could go all the way out to the water here and keep talking, and you would still be able to hear me because of this microphone that I have on here, which I can't show you, but not with self, you know. And so, you know, quality does make a bit of a difference, but it's not everything. But you only need to be 1% better than your competition. And if your competition has a handheld and you have a better camera, you're 1% better, at least on the video quality. So, okay, now the biggest thing that's important is it's not all the stats and the money and everything. You know, the biggest thing is that you love what you do, honestly. And so if you don't like what you do, then you're not going to get very much done. and you're just not going to produce very much stuff, and it's not going to be fun for you, and it'll show in the quality. I don't know if it shows to you guys, but I love what I do. I love I love getting out here and filming, and being creative with video, and being distracted by the wildlife and showing it to you, and doing all kinds of other things like this, and then reading your comments, seeing your messages and everything. I enjoy all of that, and if I didn't need money, I could see myself doing this as just a hobby all the time. Now, since I do need to make a living, I do have ads on the videos, and then, also I have, other things with my business, and I kind of marriage them together. We'll do a promotion together and stuff. And in fact, look at the link in the description. We're giving away a EVE Online Megathron ship model, an actual physical model, and you can get that. You can get a free entry by going to our store. So go check that out. And anyway, it's all about the passion. Do what you really like to do, and money will follow. It's true. It can follow very slowly sometimes, but the money will follow. So, Oaken, I hope that answers your question. And I'm Marky Dragon. Take care. Well, thank you for making it this far. Now that you have, can I interest you in another video? So, what we've got here on the upper left is part of my entrepreneurial series where I talk about what really motivates me to work so hard, and why I would rather work for myself 80 hours a week instead of for someone else 40. I know that may not make sense, huh? So, upper right, are you a werewolf? I review a Kickstarter campaign that talks about being a werewolf or not. It's a great game that's a lot of fun. I have actually played it, and now it may be over by the time the Kickstarter campaign may be over by the time you see this, but it'll give you a little bit of a look into the game itself and some Kickstarter stuff. So, on the lower left, that is Morgan Lean that I'm interviewing from Epiphany Games. He is a game publisher and designer, and so he owns a publishing company. He's the CEO of Epiphany Games, and I talked to him about if you are looking to study video games to get into the industry, you'll want to watch that video. It's a great interview. He has a lot of great things to say, and really a lot of fun. Lower right, if you are into making YouTube videos, I discovered that YouTube is looking at the images in your videos and then suggesting keywords based off of what it sees. And I found proof of that. And I don't know if that's scary or not, but it kind of really surprised me. And so that video is on my personal vlog channel. And I'm just talking about whether or not that's okay, and how I feel about it, and the cool fact that YouTube is actually doing that, and so it's part of how they come up with their keyword tool suggestions. So, thank you very much for watching, and take care.